So it seems there's trouble in paradise for Barack and Michelle Obama, and you're not going to believe how Jennifer Aniston is involved in all of this.
In a minute on the Obamas, because there seems to be some momentum picking up in the rumor mill about their marriage. All right, I'm going to bring you what I know. First, on January 15th, in the Substack of Jessica Reed Krause, also known as House and Habit, she's well connected in some circles and worked for RFKJ for a time, right? Didn't she? She was close to RFKJ. Close to. She posts the following. And she's been right about a lot, this gal. Michelle Obama's absence at Jimmy Carter's funeral certainly raised some eyebrows, but yesterday's announcement that she won't be attending Trump's inauguration confirms something is definitely going on between her and Barack. She said whispers about cracks in their relationship have been circulating in D.C. for over a year now, but this feels like the first public proof of a marriage on the rocks. The question now isn't if, but when. If I had to guess, they will wait until after the inauguration to announce it. Timing, is everything. And yet the story doesn't end there. For months, I've heard Jennifer Aniston's name tied to Barack. At first, it seemed ridiculous, but the rumors have remained steady among New York and L.A. circles. I should reiterate to the audience that Aniston has denied it, saying, I don't even know him. I've seen Michelle more than I've ever seen him. Then Jessica cites a DM she received the day before. Quote, he's with Jennifer Aniston. My old manager, now a friend, is connected to her inner circle. At a gathering with Jennifer's friends, the affair came up casually. Jennifer herself admitted it. They were sitting with a psychic, which makes it sound surreal, but it's definitely not a secret among her closest friends. Then yesterday, Meghan McCain had a discussion about this on her show, suggesting she is hearing the same. She had on Tara Palmieri, who's a reporter, saying, fast and furious loud, I've been hearing this rumor about the Obamas getting a divorce from reputable people. I'm not talking about TMZ, she says. I'm talking about very serious journalists telling me they are hearing that the Obama divorce rumors are true. And Tara, who's a senior political correspondent for Puck, says, I've certainly heard it for a while too, even before Michelle said she wasn't coming to the inauguration. I do not know whether this is true at all, but if it is true, it truly would be a political earthquake in Democrat circles. Never mind America. I don't remember a presidential divorce in modern history. What do you guys make of it?
Oh, man.
So I started hearing murmurs about this a while ago too, and I guess so. I asked Ashbrook, and he confirmed. Ashbrook was like, because he hangs out with a lot of
psychic there?
We did it with a psychic.
Yeah. And so that's the thing is, how awesome must have that situation been that the psychic was like, I see a president in your past that you're currently dating. And she's like, oh, it's Barack. Yeah, you're right.
And then like through the crystal ball, it's like, I'll be there for you. Oh my God, it's Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, it was her circle of friends there allegedly discussing this. I mean, we don't know. But
that's how you know it's true.
Is it so hard to believe?
Like, when a woman tells another woman, yeah, you can tell me, I'll keep a secret. The phone's already out. Now it's about to hit a group chat. So that is to me, the most conclusive piece of evidence.
Some of you are married. Did you see the post he put out to celebrate her birthday?
Yeah.
Was it her birthday or their anniversary?
Yeah.
He chose the least attractive photo of her that's ever been released. I mean, this is just wrong. Michelle Obama can look very nice in a photograph. This ain't it. She's got the kerchief on her head. They're about 20 feet apart in this intimate dinner. And he looks great. This is classic.
If you're posting a photo of your significant other on social media, they would like to get approval before you post it. But when you're an ex-president of the United States with 50+ million followers, I think he knew full well what he was doing. He was trying to make her look bad right here. I don't care what anybody tells me. Also, the fact that she wasn't at the inauguration or she wasn't at the funeral, those are major red flags. If you're a public figure like Barack Obama, you can't give the media any reason to think that you're on the rocks in your relationship. That's how I know there's some truth in these rumors, because if Melania Trump refused to go to any events with Donald Trump, the media would be in an absolute uproar.
And she looks terrible. Why would he do this?
Megan, If I posted that photo, I certainly wouldn't be dating Jennifer Aniston.
You'd be a dead man.
I'd be a dead man.
And I've only been
Same.
married a year, but I've already learned you take the photos, you show it to the wife, and then you distribute it.
Well, no.
It's simple.
The way it works is
Yes.
you take the photo, you show it to the wife, you retake the photo, and then you get approval, and then there's always a couple of.
You got to get the
steps.
principal to sign
Okay, but-
off.
Yeah.
But let me ask you for real, like for real, do you think this is true?
No, so here's the thing, and this is one other theory of the case. Maybe Jennifer Aniston is the Biden's answer to George Clooney here, right? I mean, maybe this, because I'll be honest, I have heard this sort of
went
thing rumbling around in DC, and there's some connections there with the like people, what you would call reputable people, because they served in an administration. Maybe they served in the Obama administration. They certainly served in the Biden administration.
And that's the thing is, so the Bidens and the Obamas hate each other because Michelle Obama is very good friends with Hunter Biden's ex-wife. So that's led to a significant problem where they don't like Hunter. And if you don't like Hunter, Joe doesn't like you.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if Holmes is right on with this of like, oh, well, why don't we do this? Why
It's
don't
like,
we
oh man,
switch it?
you give us problems, maybe you can have a problem or two.
Bingo.
But I'll tell
this
you
is
what, if
next
it-
level.
if it
You're
is
wait,
real-
just to be clear, you are suggesting that maybe there is something going on between Barack and Jennifer, and the Bidens are leaking it.
That's
Could
my
be.
guess. That's my guess.
Could be.
I'll tell you what.
All the
Go ahead,
hallmarks.
Ashbrook.
If it is true and he leaves Michelle Obama high and dry and she's dissatisfied, I cannot wait to learn about all of these secrets that Barack Obama has kept hidden over the years from Michelle Obama and her pals, because there's a whole past on Obama
Oh, the long
that
tail.
nobody has written about, but she could be
Oh.
a first person witness.
Here he is alone at the Trump inauguration, which really was, it was stark. All these former presidents came in with their wives, and then there he
It
was,
was jarring.
all alone. It was jarring, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, just the spectacle of it all, and then seeing him alone. I mean, it really did. Like, just as a viewer, you knew she wasn't coming, but then you saw the visual of it, and you're like,
And then the Clintons were there together.
I mean,
Yeah.
Clintons can be there together.
If Hillary and Bill Clinton are making your marriage look bad, then I'm sorry, you gotta end it. You gotta end it. If they are the shining example of what a relationship and marriage should be, if they're making you actively look bad, then I'm sorry, there is no coming back from that. I guess all of this is karma for how Barack Obama treated Donald Trump in the lead up to the 2016 and 2024 elections. Don't be throwing stones if you live in a glass house.
Maureen Callahan, but the fact that Michelle did not go to the Carter funeral, it really is kind of shocking because she said, her team said she had an appointment. She had a scheduling conflict. Like, what could possibly be
for
a
inauguration.
conflict that would keep you away as a Democrat from President Carter's funeral and then the inauguration? It's like, I don't, and somebody was it Maureen? Somebody was saying she's having plastic surgery, right? But then he posts that picture of the two of them where she wasn't having plastic surgery. So what the hell's going on?
And it's clearly not a partisan thing. Like, Michelle's not trying to resist, so she skipped the inauguration because she also skipped the Carter funeral. There's something happening there. There's something there.
They did a fist bump. I mean, that clears everything up, right?
I mean, there's, not to add insult to injury, but there's a Daily Mail report out today saying Kamala Harris's marriage may be on the rocks. Like, everybody's on the rocks. Again, I will say I love the Daily Mail, but the sourcing appeared weak. It was like people who know the couple, but like, I don't know if it's any better than that. But they're saying she's blaming him in part for her loss because he turned out to be such a hot mess liability. You buy it?
Oh my gosh. Well, we do know Dougie Emhoff's got a bit of a temper, right? I mean, there's some
Sure
stuff
does.
that came there that was problematic. I also think like this is a guy who is so used to running his own world for so long, and then all of a sudden he's just sort of like basically a bag boy during the course of
Pretty
a
much.
6-month
Hold the
election.
purse and shut your mouth.
Like I can't imagine that went over terribly well.
The second gentleman.
Yeah. It's
No,
everything.
I love the idea that it wasn't the economy or the open border or like Joe Biden being a dementia patient or like you going on The View and saying, I wouldn't change anything from the last 4 years. That isn't the reason you lost. It was Dougie. Oh,
Dougie.
It was Doug and his
Yeah,
receding
I'm just
hair.
going to say, I'm all for marrying people named Doug, but she blew it
Yeah.
somehow.
I don't think there's a single voter out there who refused to vote for Kamala because of her husband, Doug. I mean, let's be real right now. That man was not even in my head when I was in the voting booth. He was not even in the top 1,000 priorities for me. All it was a referendum against the political establishment that has been occupying Washington, D.C. for decades. We want somebody who actually represents the American people, not somebody who's going to actively persecute and prosecute us, which is what Kamala Harris would have done if she had gotten in. Some of her policies were just straight up communist Marxist agenda, so obviously the American people do not want that. This had nothing to do with Doug. If Kamala Harris had actually owned up and said, you know what, I'm going to come back stronger and I will help the American people any way that I can. If she said anything close to that, my respect for her would have skyrocketed. But of course, she just stole the Democratic playbook of just making excuses, not owning up to anything. It's cowardly. Well, let me know your thoughts on this down below. Do you think there's any credence to the fact that Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston are getting together? I definitely could see that happening, especially with the fact that I do believe that him and Michelle are definitely on the rocks. I do not think they will be married come next year. So is Jennifer Aniston the one who broke them up? I don't know, perhaps. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear that. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.